can talk and talk and talk, but until you have what I'm going to share with you today, you're just getting blue in the face for nothing. When I'm working with a new couple and ask them what I can do to help them, 99.9% of them say communication. Let me tell you something. If you don't have this one thing, communication is never going to move the needle for you in your romantic relationship. If you want to know the secret in this video, I invite you to hit the like and subscribe button. Then we'll get to the good stuff. It's time to level up. The reason communication isn't going to get you anywhere is because you first have to establish a sense of safety for yourself and your partner. It's the foundation of a high-performance relationship. Of course, physical safety is a must, but I'm talking here about psychological safety. There's something that gets in the way of safety in every single relationship. Yes, every one of them. I'm going to tell you about that in just a second, but first, let me help you look at psychological safety in your relationship. Do each of you feel comfortable asking each other directly for what you want and need? Are you both relaxed about your ability to discuss when your wants and needs are in conflict without distress? Can both of you talk about your thoughts and feelings openly and freely? Are you consistently supportive of each other? Do you consistently feel supported even when conflict can make things uncomfortable? Are your interactions always respectful? I'm sure that if your answer to some of these questions was no, it's because you don't feel safe in relationship, and maybe your partner doesn't either. So, what gets in the way of safety? There are a few things, but let's first look at attachment styles today. Because attachment impacts how much we're able to trust the world and other people, and it might cause a perception for you that you aren't safe, even if you are. So let's talk about how our attachment styles can secure or undermine our sense of safety in relationship, aside from our partner's behaviors. We could live in this peaceful world where everything is happy and sunshine and safe, and have a perfectly loving partner, but it's what we're doing on the inside that can mess the whole thing up. So let's start with the gold standard of attachment style, and that is the secure attachment. This comes from having caring parents who were appropriately there for you on an emotional level and taught you how to understand and work with your emotions. Because of this, securely attached people don't really get kerfluffled by disagreements or conflict in relationship. They understand that it's all part of the package, and they have confidence about getting through conflict and restoring a sense of connection and safety and peace. The good news is that you can learn how to do this even if your parents didn't offer you a secure attachment. The next attachment style is the dismissive, avoidant attachment style, and that comes from having been alone too much while you were growing up. What happens is that someone with a dismissive avoidance style adapted to being alone and now feels safer with this adaptation because they had to adapt while they were growing up. People with this style usually want to connect, but they have trouble with it, so they default to isolating. If this is your partner, you might see them as standoffish, but they secretly crave connection, but they fear rejection. So they don't know how to bridge the gap in relationship between what they want and their fears. If your partner struggles with this, they can easily become overwhelmed by emotional conversations and expressions of vulnerability, and they're often really sensitive to criticism. Can you see that psychological safety for this person has to start with shifting something on the inside? Let me know in the comments. And if this is your attachment style, what have you done to reduce your feelings of isolation and feel more connected to your partner? The next style is anxious preoccupied. And it comes with a whole different style of internal disruption of feeling safe in relationship. It comes from having parents who didn't help you to understand and manage your emotions while you were growing up. So you can appear needy and have difficulty with separations, even temporary separations like when your partner goes to the gym, or even subtle things like having your partner face the other way while you're sleeping. If this is you or your partner, you'll see that feeling unsafe can lead to hyper-focus on the relationship and being unable to self-soothe when little things happen in the relationship that make you feel uncomfortable. The reaction is to become overly focused on other people for approval and rejecting yourself before anyone else can get a chance to reject you. Again, I hope you can see that to establish a feeling of safety in relationship, you've got to do something on the inside. Safety in relationship is probably most challenging for someone with the next attachment style, and that is the fearful avoidant attachment style. This is because this style is usually a result of an abusive upbringing. So the person with the fearful avoidant style is always preparing for danger. If you or your partner have this style of attachment, you will see attempts to create safety that usually don't work, but were learned in childhood. They include controlling behaviors, difficulty controlling impulses, trouble managing emotions, feeling like a failure because of the ongoing struggles that are caused by this abuse history, and lots of internal conflict that leads to withdrawal, fighting, overwhelm, and distance in your relationship. The thing that you need so much more than communication to increase your safety in your relationship based on your attachment style is emotional intelligence. That's because emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive, to control, and to evaluate your emotions. And that's exactly what you need to do so you can understand what's happening in your relationship, identify if you truly are safe, and take action that will increase your sense of connection to and safety with your partner. You didn't learn it growing up, but it's really learnable. On top of that, while you need to develop the skill to learn from, express, and control your emotions, it's equally important to understand, interpret, and respond to the emotions of your partner. Without emotional intelligence, communication is nothing more than wasted energy. I'll be talking more about emotional intelligence as it applies to shifting your attachment style toward a more secure attachment next week. Until then, thanks for watching.